What's up, gamers? So I set up a custom difficulty setting for myself. It's pretty hardcore. As you can see here, I'm using a lot of mods to make everything a lot more deadly. Not a lot of these are gonna be shown on this video just because I'm just barely getting out of Helgen on this first part, but I'll talk about what does show up. You might be surprised at how much more brutal this game can be, considering that I was blasting through all the hardest bosses on the master difficulty setting. So yeah, one tiny detail I want you to notice is I changed the length of the days, so you notice that it's still pretty gosh darn early in the morning when usually the sun is up and everything by now. So yeah, one little detail so far. By the way, if anyone notices anything in my game, as far as textures or that the fire looks a little oranger than normal, that's part of another mod, just ask and I'll try to help you guys out. Alright, let me save right here. And just as proof that there's extra damage taken, yeah, the fire kills you if you stand in it for like 2 seconds. Another example. And now there's a trick to this very first part even, and that's why I like it, because it makes it a little bit more hardcore. You have to think about basically everything. So of course the trick is don't land in the fire. Try to land on the pole that's more towards the right. Try to be a ninja about it and you won't take any damage. I didn't record an example of it, but sometimes if you linger in this burnt house for too long, Alduin will breathe fire into there and kill you instantaneously as well. I would suggest going with the Imperial towards the left on this side, just because if you go this route, there's a few more pieces of equipment that you can get, and with all the mods and everything, equipment is just that much more useful. Every gold piece counts. There's a lot more craftable weapons and everything, so it really makes you... And right here is where I use a console code to set all my skills back to level 1. And this is going to make my early game a little bit harder, and it's going to force me to specialize a little bit more. And by the late game it hardly makes a difference, although by the time you reach 100 on all your skills you'll be 82 instead of 81, so it allows for one more perk point, and it also allows to gather a few more perk points earlier in the story. But creatures will be leveled slightly ahead of your level. And just on a modder's note right here, I see that the chest right here is pretty poor quality, low resolution, and I go back out real quick and I switch out my chest mod, which you will see here in just a minute. This is the before, and then you'll see the after.
If I can get those bindings off. There you go. Take a look around. There should be plenty of gear to choose.
But before that, just quick proof that all my skills are at level 1.
I'm going to see if I can find
They level up pretty darn quick when you start using them. But right now you're basically like a baby. Yeah, and these chests look a lot better than before too.
Let's keep.
Don't forget this helmet in the chest. Now, a note on this very first part, it's more of a tutorial than an actual fight, and if you don't step in there before your friend right here, they won't even notice you. So you can just level up your skill points a little bit beforehand, before you're actually in any real danger. I do want to make a note right here as far as power leveling too. There is an exploit, because your friend right here will not attack you no matter what if you attack him, so you can just sit here for a few hours and level up your one-handed and your two-handed if you want. But I'm doing this more for realism than anything else. I made it hardcore because if you get stabbed with a sword, it hurts. So right now I've got the strength of a baby, as you know, but it picks up fast. It levels up to about 15 in this first encounter. And if they were to attack me right now, I'd probably be dead in 3 or 4 hits from them.
See if I can get that door open.
So again, at first I would pick up every reasonably valuable item, just so you can make your decision early on whether you want to go one-handed. I would suggest going one-handed with a shield, or two-handed.
Damn, that dragon doesn't give up easy.
What are you doing? We need to get out of Helgen, now!
These Imperials have potions.
So again, right here, the enemies are basically just going to ignore you, and all their aggro is going to go on to your follower guy. Which is why its followers are somewhat important in this game, in my opinion. You can get your selection of 2 different followers in Riverwood, which is basically the first little hamlet you visit in this game. Yeah, and right here I slowed down the action just a little bit so you can see it. Badass.
I know a storeroom. See if we can find some potions. Might come in handy.
And of course, for my first level up, I upgrade one-handed. It's really important to keep your perks coinciding with where your skills are at. Which, going according to that logic, also means that you shouldn't use a perk point every time you level up. Sometimes it's good to save perk points until you have the skills to back them up. And yet again right here, all of the enemies' aggro should be on your allies. So you shouldn't have to worry too much, just try to get your offensive skill leveled up a bit. Just gonna slow it down again right here so you guys can see the action. Look at that blood splatter.
These boys seem a bit upset at how I did the taste of Dragon is attacking Helgen. Hot dragon, please, do it. Nonsense.
And just a small note about potions. I did install a mod that makes potions take 3 seconds to take effect, so you can't be on the brink of death and just drink a ton of potions within a matter of a millisecond and then you're completely fine again. You'll have to have at least a little bit of space before you can drink a potion.
Where in Oblivion are we supposed to go? Where's the way out?
Okay, now, this part on your escape from Helgen is the first part where you'll actually kind of need to be a little careful. There's 5 or 6 enemies in this room, 2 of them have bow and arrows. the Wars in Skyrim mod gives double bow and arrow damage. And the reason they did that is so you can't just stand out in the open and just take tons of arrows to the knees and the head and everywhere else and still be standing. They want to make it more challenging, and that's what I want too. And I probably could have tried to drink a potion right there, but even still, with that 3-second margin, I may not have been able to do it in time. So I'm going to play a little bit more safe on this go-around. Staying a little farther back behind the pillar. And right here I do run up and get some slashes in, but I immediately know that I sort of made a mistake and try to back out of there. And wait for my backup to come and take some of the aggro off me. Just a quick note I want to mention to anyone listening as well. If you see anything that I'm doing that can be harder or more realistic, or if you think I'm not making it hard enough of myself, just simply leave something in the comment section and I'll see what I can do. I'm up to challenges and all that good stuff, so yeah. These early spiders probably won't be able to do it to me just yet, but with the sickly diseases mod, the diseases are a lot more harmful and have a greater chance of hurting you in a major way, which is fun. Alright, now on hardcore I'm pretty sure you can one-shot this bear if it's a headshot, but not on this mode. It takes at least 3 shots. No matter what you do, he's gonna be like, "Not the sneaking type, huh?" And you know what you need to do when he says that? Just be like, "Bitch, I'm the Dragonborn." So everyone's experience with these mods are going to be different. On my way down to Riverwood, I didn't run into much besides wolves and a couple of tries. I ran into a bandit that guy, my friend, his aggro was on him for a little while, and I was like, come on dude, he's across the river, he ain't coming over here. But yeah, anyway, at the stones there's not really any trick or anything that I found out. I mean, maybe you could use magic if you're planning on wanting to level up your enchanting really fast or something, but I just went with warrior. I'm pretty much just gonna be a slick ass assassin on this playthrough. It's the most efficient character build that I know of. And if I didn't have a follower, these wolves would have a pretty okay chance of overrunning me. That doesn't look like a lot of life, but they attack pretty frequently. And I know that with Dark Ages, there's gonna be some huge packs of them. Luckily I make it to Riverwood though.
I'm glad you decided to come with me. We're almost to River.
Yeah, a couple times I played, there was someone on the left across that river back there, and that took a few minutes for them to get over their trivial shit. But yeah, my next playthrough, I'm gonna start it off slow. I'm gonna get Fendel as a follower. We're gonna go hunting. I'm gonna level up my one-handed and my archery skills, as well as my smithing. So join me next time. Please subscribe if you like it. Tell your friends.
Fine, but we should go inside the door.